Hi, I'm Mike Moskalo. I want to talk to you today about what it takes to be a good leader and what you can do to cultivate leaders who are able to bring Red Bull through New York and New Jersey without any problems. I want to start by saying that all organizations probably are in the same place. They're all in the same business, the business of meeting people's needs. No matter what the organization is, there are needs, and then there are people who are trying to meet those needs. And leadership is nothing more than the ability to bring people together to find ways to meet those needs. Leadership is about bringing people together to solve shared problems. Now, the most important knowledge that a leader has to have, if they're about bringing people together, is people knowledge. If you don't have people knowledge, you don't have a leader. You can't lead without knowing something about people, period. And the most important skill that leaders need, good leaders need, is the ability to identify and empathize with people's needs. If you want to solve a problem, find out what a person's unmet needs are and then try to find ways to meet those needs. Now, the biggest single error that leaders make is that they put solutions to problems before the needs of the people they're trying to solve the problems for. Bosses do this all the time. Now, the single biggest error that leaders make is that they put the single biggest error that leaders make is they put the solutions to their problems. The single most important error, the single biggest error that leaders make is they put solutions before the needs of the people involved. Bosses do this all the time. Now, a boss is different than a leader. Bosses think they know something. Bosses know what's going on. They know the solutions to problems, and their job is to get other people to carry out their orders. Let me give you an example about how a boss might handle a situation. Let me give you an example. So let's pretend that the drivers at your company are complaining that their customers are treating them rudely. Now, if you have a boss-run mentality, if I have a boss mentality, I might think, who cares what the drivers are thinking? Who cares whether or not they think that the customers are treating them rudely? It's the driver's job to treat people courteously no matter what happens. So, I'm going to send out a missive that says, look, if you're having problems with the customers, it's your job to be courteous no matter what. Now, that's what a boss should do. The boss knows the solution, sends out the solution. But this is a solution that's not likely to meet anybody's needs, and as a result, it's a solution that's not really likely to work. Everybody's going to be unhappy. Now let's see what happens when we have a good leader, not a boss. A leader leads by bringing people together to solve shared problems, to meet needs. So when the leader learns that the drivers are complaining about rude customers, the leader gets curious. The drivers are unhappy. Why is that? They must have unmet needs. What are they? They need to be respected by their customers. They need to feel that they're doing a good job. If the customers are being rude, they must be having unmet needs. I wonder what they are. If that's so, there's a possibility of lost business. The customers are not going to be happy, and then the organization's needs aren't going to be met. So what does a good leader do? A good leader mobilizes people, brings them together to solve the problem of meeting shared needs. So let's start with the needs. A good leader will bring drivers together, maybe the drivers and the customers and management together. Try to figure out what is the problem. What are the unmet needs? You might find, for example, that the customers are saying, hey, when the trucks come in, they make a lot of noise and they spew out a lot of fumes and things like that. And it scares my customers away. And, it makes me kind of not respect the company. If that's the problem, my goodness, we know what the solution might be. The solution makes itself. The solution becomes, fix the trucks. And once the trucks are fixed, customers are happy, the drivers are happy, the organization is happy, we're making money, and there's no more rudeness anymore. This is a silly example, of course. I mean, it's not something that's likely to, this is a silly example, of course. It's not like something that's likely to really come about. Maybe it will, I don't know. But here's the point. The point is that leadership is the ability to bring people together to meet needs. If you put people's needs before your solution, you're much more likely to get the type of response that you want. You'll get responses from your employees because they feel cared for and respected. You'll get responses from their customers because all you're hearing when they're complaining to you is that they have an unmet need that you're going to try to meet. When we put people's needs first, the problem is much easier to solve. It becomes a problem of how to meet everyone's needs at the same time, and that's effective leadership. And I would like to have the opportunity to share these ideas with you and your leaders and your leaders in training.